I was wondering about why the tradition emphasizes service
Mm-hmm.
and charity.
Well, because basically, if you don't have a strong relationship with serving the community, then how can you be somebody who the community trusts? We don't work based on what people are paying us, although we do receive compensation for our work often. But the work that we do based on what the Spirit tells us to do. So the mystery comes to us and says, you will work for this person. This is somebody you're supposed to help. And no matter what kind of money situation they're in, we serve. So that's the first thing. Secondly, when you're a hungon or your mom bo, your whole life is in service to the spirits. When you're sleeping, when you wake up in the morning, when you're brushing your teeth, when you're going to the restroom, when you're eating your dinner, when you're taking care of your children, when you're helping them with their homework, and you're doing everything you're doing during the day, you're constantly receiving messages to help heal people. Does that answer that question?
Yeah. How have you seen service ripple out in the community?
Well, I like the question because I think that it's something that people try to do, but they try to do, this is, in the United States that I've seen, right? So they try to be of service, but being of service is still serving themselves. So I actually really don't see much service. Like if somebody goes out to do community service or wants to help somebody else or does something for someone else, it's still like in the back of the mind, well, what am I going to get out of it? What am I going to get out of doing this? What is going to come back to me if I give of service? And a service is basically this. You're adding energy to something that's lacking energy. So you're giving to someone else who is in need. And if you have to plan it out and do like community service, you're probably not giving to somebody who's in need. You can walk down the street and find somebody who's in need every hour of every day. It could be looking someone in the eyes and being kind to them. It could be giving change to somebody, or it could be, helping in a larger way.
Why is trust between the mysteries important, between the practitioner and the mysteries? And then also, I just wanted to bring up trust in general. Why is trust important in the community and between a mambo and their students? Why is trust important in the tradition?
Well, between a teacher and their students, or a hungon and a mambo and their students, trust is important because we're responsible for the progression of your spiritual soul. So we say like your parents are important in your body. They brought you into this world. They're responsible for you as a human in the body. But we become the parents of your spiritual body, which is a really important and severe task. So the student needs to trust us so that we can do what we need to do for them, but then also that they can completely trust that we're going to take care of them. We've never really had any trust issues with people, but I do know a lot of people that don't 100% trust their people that they're working with. And basically, I guess what I would say is if you don't trust the people you're working with, then, either try to resolve it with them and get to the point to where you can trust them, or work with them so that you can transition to someone you do trust. Because when you're being initiated, you need to feel safe. You need to feel safe. Now, on your secondary question, why is trust important from the spirits to the human? It's like this. What is the dominating belief of our entire world? That's a question to you.
Well, in America, I'd say something about being an individual, being self-serving.
Exactly. Being an individual and being self-serving. The other dominating belief is that spirit is not important. That there's either God is important or humans are important. It's one or the other. So, although our tradition honors the divine and God, we also honor the spirits as our access to the divine. And so for many, many, many generations, again, approximately 5,000 years, the work that has been done between the spirits and the humans has lessened slowly throughout those 5,000 years. So connecting to a mystery, that it's a real spiritual energy, takes a lot of work because you're convincing an energy that used to serve us all the time and direct us in ways that we can't even possibly imagine, that we believe gave us the alphabet, gave us the knowledge of science, gave us the knowledge of herbs, gave us the knowledge of birthing, gave us the knowledge of how to take care of our bodies, how to migrate from one land mass to another land mass, how to navigate in the seas. Okay? That all of a sudden we stop listening to those spirits and shift on over into a scientific-based mind or a religious-based mind for many, 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 many generations. And then all of a sudden one individual just says, hey, I want to talk to you. Like, come here. Where are you? Come to me. It takes a long time to rebuild that connection, and then also to build the trust up, because the Loa is not going to come to you, the spirits aren't going to come to you and start guiding you if you're going to receive the guidance, get the goodie, get the perk or the healing that they have to give to you, and then decide to go the other direction the next year or the next day. So it takes time, and trust needs to be built. And I think it's something that gets built through, a good 5 years before somebody really starts communicating with the spirits. Which in the big picture is not that long.
What's the power of initiation? Does it change that relationship?
No. Initiation does not change the relationship between you and the spirits. You change the relationship between you and the spirits. You can't buy the spirits. Initiation does absolutely nothing except for mark a line of demarcation. It says this is where you were, and we've now ceremonialized it, and now we say this is where you are at. These are the responsibilities that you have. Initiation equals responsibility. Responsibility that we say we believe in you and willing to trust in. We, as the Mambo or the Hongon says, we believe in you. That you can uphold certain practices, and we trust you. And if we trust you, because we are in contact with the mysteries and the spirits, then maybe the spirits will start to trust you too. So often after initiation, if you're initiated by somebody who is really in contact with the spirits, there will be an influx of energy, but that comes through us to you, because we trust in you. And we say, yeah, we're ready to take you on under our wings, and we're ready to deal with your mishaps and the things that you do wrong, the things that you do right, because we trust where you're going. And if we trust you, then the spirits can start to trust you. But initiation in and of itself doesn't connect you any more with the spirits than before initiation.
If people have the desire to learn more about these ancient remedies and practices and bring them into their life, is it something that the recipes are shared, or is it something that they learn over time?
Over time.
You choose who to share them with? And it's an oral tradition?
Yeah, our tradition is an oral tradition. We do not write many of these recipes down, and they are secret, and we hand them down to the people that can use them appropriately. A lot of our stuff has been written about online, and a lot of our recipes have been freely given out by people who feel like they should be freely given out. But you got to realize they're missing all of the key components, like what spirits do you use. You might be able to find the herbs or how to mix them, but you're not getting the songs and the spiritual work behind the remedies that empowers them, that imbues them with the spirit. Although, the actual just physical recipes are great. But it's the magic that makes them amazing.
Well, thank you so much. This has been an enlightening conversation.
You're welcome.
Look forward to the next time.
Yes, and maybe next time I'll talk more about plants because I love plants. Thank you, and blessings to everyone, and we'll look forward to seeing you all soon. This is Mama Shoshana.